Presently, according to a UN report, over 20% of the global population lack access to electricity and 40% rely on the traditional use of biomass for cooking. The United Nations also estimates that if nothing is done by 2030, 900 million people will not have access to electricity, 3 billion people will still cook with traditional fuels, and 30 million people will have died due to smoke-related diseases. This, they say, will also contribute to confining many to poverty due to lack of access to energy.
Smoke from wood cooking produces a lot of bad gases. It releases carbon dioxide, which is harmful. It releases even worse gases, carbon monoxide, which kills directly, But the fact that people over many years inhale this carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide without knowing, and they are getting bronchitis, they are getting chest infections, they are getting bad sight, red eyes, and a lot of problems. And over the years, they get sick and many die. Because it's a slow process. It becomes a slow and silent killer of the Nigerian people. Unfortunately, our government is only now rising up to the challenge, recognizing that this is a major killer of Nigeria's people, that this is a major health disaster that is happening. And the more we have less kerosene, that the price is rising, the more gas is becoming expensive and not available, the more electricity is dilapidated, the more our people resort to this use of wood and smoke that becomes part of their daily lives and kill our people. So we have to do something about it.
A recent study published by the International Center for Energy, Environment and Development, ICED, in collaboration with the Christian Aid, shows that today more Nigerians are climbing down the energy ladder, moving from electricity, gas and kerosene to fuel wood and other traditional biomass energy forms. If this trend continues, they say, 28 million households will be without electricity in 2030 and 189 million Nigerians will be dependent on wood use for cooking.
It releases carbon dioxide, which is harmful. It releases even worse gases, carbon monoxide, which kills directly, But the fact that people over many years inhale this carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide without knowing, and they are getting bronchitis, they are getting chest infections, they are getting bad sight, red eyes, and a lot of problems. And over the years, they get sick and many die. Because it's a slow process. It becomes a slow and silent killer of the Nigerian people. Unfortunately, our government is only now rising up to the challenge, recognizing that this is a major killer of Nigeria's people, that this is a major health disaster that is happening. And the more we have less kerosene, that the price is rising, the more gas is becoming expensive and not available, the more electricity is dilapidated, the more our people resort to this use of wood and smoke that becomes part of their daily lives and kill our people. So we have to do something about it. That is why it is important that we build this market to introduce at least 10 million stoves and reduce significantly the number of Nigerian homes who have to use this open fire. The stoves for wood are already there. LPG stoves that are cheaper, that are sized in such a way that poor families can be able to buy them are already in the markets.
Yes, we were using acronyms there.
Sorry, LPG meaning cooking gas, the kind of gas that you buy in cylinders. And I think part of the problem with cooking gas for many years is that the cylinders are so big that poor people can hardly afford to buy them. If companies produce smaller cylinders, 3 kg, 6 kg cylinders, which just means that you can be able to go and refill and use for a few days or maybe 1 week and then go back and buy again. Just as poor people buy 100 naira or 200 naira recharge cards, you know, it doesn't prevent them from making calls, but it allows them to buy recharge card or refill their cylinders at the rate which they can be able to afford it. So we need to work to make sure that our cooking gas, that we have cylinders that poor people can afford, that it has good safety features that people can trust, that are good pricing, you know, that allows this cooking gas to be available in rural areas too. And that we begin together with the industry to embark on promotion and education of consumers to understand that actually cooking gas is good for them. So there is a lot of work we have to do, both for efficient wood cooking stoves, but also for cooking gas.
Some of the recommendations made by the paper include the development and launching of a new national electrification strategy, establishment of a national cooking energy program, and development of a clear policy incentive to support private sector investment in energy services for the poor. The provision of clean cooking solutions, they also say, are particularly important for women in reducing respiratory health problems, stress, and time involved in fetching firewood.
The Ministry of Environment has implemented a number of projects with clean cook stoves with clear evidence, the kind of evidence that you see before and after. You know, where you see kitchens that you nearly need touch during the daytime to see each other because of the amount of smoke there, and how this completely changed. Shell Petroleum has done a very scientific study in the Niger Delta of families, the difference in the health of families who use clean cooking methods. ICED has also in 2008 completed a similar project in Bida, Niger State, where we fitted the government girls secondary school in Bida, Niger State, with clean cook stoves. The results were quite astonishing in the improvements to the health of the cooks in that secondary school. So the evidence abounds. There's a lot of evidence that this will improve the livelihood, the health, and save the income of families, you know, and in a way make cooks, ordinary people, ordinary poor people in our country part of the climate solution.
Firstly, the stoves. Nearly all the stoves, clean cook stoves that are being sold on the market here at the moment are imported, and there are always challenges to importation. There is commitment from government that they will waive importation charges, but making that a reality and ensuring that importation is free-flowing, well, that's something that has to be addressed. And then, of course, finding a local producer who is able to produce quality standard stoves and at the scale that is required to meet the market demand. Then also we have some challenges around subsidization.
Clean cooking stoves, experts say, are environment friendly and a healthy way of cooking with wood in a sustainable way. The Nigerian Alliance for Clean Cook Stoves was launched in 2012. This public-private partnership seeks to introduce 10 million clean cook stoves to the Nigerian market by 2020. It seeks to strengthen policy frameworks, technical standards, and create more innovative financing and promotion for clean cook stoves.
This is Nigeria's third highest killer, after malaria and HIV/AIDS. Women and children are the worst victims. Not only is smoke a problem for Nigerian households, cooks in street restaurants, schools, hospitals, and other institutions have their lives cut short by smoke from open fire. Poor families spend a large proportion of their incomes buying wood. This is money that could go to food, health, or education. Alternatives to wood fuel are often in short supply. Our wood stock will not last forever. Nigeria loses 3% of its forest cover annually. This is an important source of greenhouse gases that cause global warming.
When we talk about climate change is a global issue.
It's the same climate.
That's all we can take today on Environment Matters. So until next week, when another episode of Environment Matters comes your way, my name is Jennifer Igwe. Stay blessed.